All right, here we are, Impact and Influence Radio right here on Opera, and today's broadcast is brought to you by Blinds of Sacramento, Sacramento's complete solution window covering experts. Give them a call, 916-790-8689 or blindsofsacramento.com. Now today, we've got, I'm going to destroy this, but I'm going to try my best.
Just take it slow.
Jill Batiansila.
You did it.
Boom! And see, that's why we do it all phonetically, right?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. So Jill is with Together We Heal Community and togetherwehealcommunity.org. And we're going to be talking about who she is and what she's doing. And, of course, thank Crystal Dunn for the introduction. And how you doing, my dear?
I'm great. Thank you.
And so you're a green pea at this. You haven't done this before.
I have not done it in a studio before.
If we call this a studio, but I guess it is, in a sense. I mean, we're in a wine lounge.
I know.
Right? It's
Where's the wine?
I know, right? You get the little things there that are all empty. All right. So, who is Jill Batiansila?
So, I'm a mother.
Okay.
I've got two kids, 21 and 17. I'm a wife, and I'm a founder of this nonprofit that I started in 2020.
Okay, during COVID.
Mm-hmm. It's a great time to start something.
You know, we weren't going to talk politics, but there is something I do want to say. And we can talk the Trump administration this and the Trump administration that. I mean, there's pros and cons on everything. But what I do like about the Trump presidency is it forces people to think. It forces people to find and innovate and to think, and it filters and flushes out the weak ones and the strong ones remain, and it creates market share and opportunity. And we saw it in the first presidency. We've seen it again here. And when you're not afraid of the challenges, you thrive. And that's where we are right now.
COVID brought some really good blessings.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, we were out biking every single day as a family. We had more family time than we've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
And two, we realized we can do a lot virtually that we weren't able to even believe that we could do.
Companies are still doing remote work. Okay, the government is still doing remote work. Companies like Zoom have created opportunities for business that would have never had those opportunities. Absolutely. Innovation. It was a very innovative time.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. And we were able to become a nonprofit right in the midst of it. It was it actually allowed us time to focus on really getting that done. But we became an official nonprofit in 2020. But we started our website 2 years before that. It took a couple years to build. But really, we've been trudging forward.
So what was the motivation in starting Together We Heal Community?
I am a child of loss. I lost my biological father when I was 16 months old. Grief has always been a part of my life. It's a really stigmatized topic. I grew up just always needing something to meet my grief. I was frustrated. I grew up without a dad, but then my mom remarried a wonderful man. So when I say I grew up without a dad, that's not entirely true.
But it's different.
But I had a void. I had a void. I had challenges. My parents were wonderful in always providing therapy for me, open discussions about what was hard. You know, I have a brother. There were challenges that came up living with loss, not really having a vocabulary for that. And so fast forward into my mid 40s, and I realized there is something more, that there's a void in this community in talking about grief, in processing grief. You know, we're good at right at the beginning when someone has had a loss. You know, say your friend lost their mom. You're there. What can I do for you? You're helping them. You're giving them, checking in on them. You're getting them meals. And then 6 months pass and your life has gone back to normal, but they're living with this loss.
Yeah.
And we're not getting it back. So as a society, we're really good at right at the beginning. And then what happens? We suck at that. We suck at following people watching them carry their grief and sitting in that with them. Not like, what can I do to make it better? Look, they lost their loved one. They're not fixing that. This is a new part of life.
It's not going to go away.
It doesn't.
It's not going to go away. I have a lifelong friend. I don't see her very much anymore, but one of my old businesses years ago, I owned a motorcycle business, and we got them all their racing equipment and everything. Her and her husband. Long story short, he got eaten by a shark. Yeah, it happened. And when you saw the dynamic of these two people, and they were high school sweethearts, and they spent their entire life, and now they're in their 60s, and then you have this loss, and then I took her to lunch or dinner about maybe 2 years after it happened, which is about maybe 4 years ago. And then she's still trying to figure stuff out. And then my wife and we ran into her shopping in Roseville or Granite Bay about 6-8 months ago. She's still trying to figure it out. It's been like 7 years.
I think that when people are experiencing grief, they think they can do one of two things. They can find a therapist and support group, things like that, or they can stuff it down. I'm fine. I'll be okay. Yeah. Time heals wounds. That's it's BS. We need education. We need community. We need connection, and we need purpose. And that is so at the core of why I do what I do.
Her where she's at, she's like, I'm grandma. I've got my kids. I'm going to be the best grandma I can be.
You can rake it over.
And then, I said, so how's everything else? You're still in the same home? Still in the same home? Are you, dating? She goes, nope. I've already had my happily ever after. And so, I don't know how I would handle that.
And if you were to take your circle of friends and family, every single one of us has experienced some sort of significant loss. That doesn't have to be through death. It could be through, loss of relationships, divorce, loss of a job, loss of expectations. Look at COVID. Look what COVID did to us. Everybody lost something.
Yes.
That's significant. It's significant because it happened to you. You don't have to compare your loss to your neighbor's, but just this idea that everyone around us is grieving something. I can tell you that I can go out on a regular day. I can meet a complete stranger, which I can have a conversation with a brick wall. Like, I talk to everyone. I talked to a guy on the plane for 3 straight hours on my way back.
Me too.
On my way back from Dallas.
That's me too.
But all I have to do is mention what I do, and they'll tell me a story.
What's weird about that is I have that same kind of problem in the sense that I can meet somebody random and all of a sudden I know everything about them. I think it's the genuineness, the realness that they're comfortable, and then they start telling you everything, and like stuff that has nothing, it's none of your business.
Yes.
But they still trust you with that information.
Yes.
So like they're dying to get that information out.
And the people that know you just kind of roll their eyes like, there they go again.
Yeah.
That's what my kids do. Oh, mom's talking to a stranger again.
Yeah.
And it's fueling to me.
Yeah.
My jam is meeting people and getting to the core of them.
So talk to me about the real nuts and bolts of what you guys are doing. Is this, it says community. Is it like a round table? Hi, my name is Jill. Hi, no. I'm Quinn. Explain to me what you guys are doing.
We do a lot. The first thing we do is have a very expansive network of other bereavement organizations in the area. Because when I started the website, I thought, if someone were to sit down at their computer in the midst of grief and type in grief support, Sacramento or something, this area, it would get them to our website. Because if it got them to our website, it would get you all the other things that are pertinent to them in this area. Because if you just type in, I'm grieving or grief support, you're going to find organizations that don't exist anymore because they've never shut down their website.
Yeah.
Organizations that are in Pennsylvania. Well, we're here in Sacramento. So what's here? What is something that people can access regardless of finances? And what's inviting to them? Because often when people think of grief, think, oh, I need to go sit in a room and listen to other people's stories about how they lost their loved one and how they died. And, not all of grief support organizations are the same. Everybody has their niche. And so I just really felt like it was important to get access, regardless of how long has passed, to connection, community, and easy support. So bring in Crystal, by the way. Crystal started with me at the farm, just volunteering, picking flowers, weeding. I mean,
she loves her farming.
Yes, she does. And I've seen that grow in her, like, figuratively and literally. But I just really feel like sometimes people just want to get out and meet others. They don't want to talk about the hard, messy part of grief because they kind of, like, your body does a really good job of keeping it where it can be contained. Like, oh, it's not too bad. It's awful, but it's not overwhelming.
We had somebody in here last week that before we could even start recording, she was asking question after question. What is my why? What got me here? Blah, 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 blah. Not knowing that I was an abused kid, that we have sex offenders in the family, that I've witnessed suicide attempts. Just my childhood was horrible. It was just a very, very bad thing. And so the more she's talking, the more I'm trying to explain and trying to back away and get back on the focus, she continues to ask and deeper and deeper. And I ended up scaring the crap out of her. And her mom's she brought her mom. She had to speak through her mom. And so long story short, we just ended up excusing them. She couldn't handle it. And I'm thinking, don't ask questions if you don't want the answers.
Yeah.
The people that are in this space, the people that are the ones that are facilitating and willing to give up their entire lives and their finances and everything to help somebody else, you don't want to know what their why is. It's an ugly thing.
Well, I mean, everybody
that's what you're hearing.
Everybody takes their experiences. Like, that's why I do what I do. My experiences, my education, my own loss, my challenges have been woven together to this point to get me to where I am.
100%.
I am serving others in a way that I wanted to be served.
And that's what helps me get up in the morning.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have any other reason to.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's literally what it is.
Yeah. So to further answer your question, so a lot of the things we do are monthly workshops, and these are writing workshops. It's free.
I like that. Okay.
Sourdough workshops by Crystal, Fukasha, learning a new skill. Also, when it comes to anything nutrition, so I'm actually teaching a kombucha class this Wednesday.
Okay.
What is kombucha? Good for the gut. When we're grieving, do we take care of our bodies?
No.
Do we eat the meal trains that people bring us no matter what?
I'm
Even
a Red Bull McDonald's guy. I know. Crystal,
so when you
listen to her and my recording. She makes fun of me for an hour over it.
When you are grieving, you either eat too much, eat convenient, or you don't eat at all. And so when you eat like crap, on top of feeling like crap, you feel worse. So again, education. How can we fuel our body, knowing that it's already going through challenges? Grieving is physical. So if we can take care of our bodies and we can educate people on how to take care of theirs, that's a plus. So those are workshops. We do movement classes. We do walking wellness. Just get out and walk. You don't have to talk about anything. We usually do. But it's accessing all the modalities that are possible to help you process grief.
Interesting.
So we also have, in addition to our monthly workshops, which are led by many different facilitators, myself included, we also do like memory bracelet workshops, because in another life I did hand stamped jewelry, like personalized jewelry. And again, That is an experience that God has woven into.
I was a Ferrari parts vendor. We all have our history,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
Well,
we have those things that are just, you can't take that away from us.
and nothing is wasted.
Oh, no.
You're
100%.
doing, you're going down this path and you're thinking, what am I doing with my life?
Well, no, I look at my experience with Ferrari, and it stemmed from a passion, and then it started with a website, right? And then we did nothing with it, and then one day somebody introduces me to a guy that does parts, and then I'm like, I want to do parts, and then it just goes on and on and on and on. And now what do? I'm not doing parts anymore, but I'm taking people to Ferrari, to the races, and to Car Week and that stuff through our platform, and we integrate all of that into everything that we're doing. It's just who we are.
Yeah.
It's woven into our being.
Exactly.
It's a beautiful thing.
Exactly.
Why are you so? I mean, duh. But why are you so passionate about this? I know this is a silly question, but it's a very loaded question.
I see people hurting and I want to help them. I see people hurting in a way that I have hurt before. And I know that there are more
see
ways
it in their
out.
eyes, huh?
There are so many more ways out. With grief, there is no going around it. You have to go through it to move forward. I see so many people that are stuck because they think, I just can't do that. That's too hard. We have grief support groups led by an amazing man.
That's why I do what I do. Why do you think I'm giving the little guy the voice? Why do you think I'm charging $107 a month for a half a page ad in a print magazine when I know damn well I could charge 10 times that in our community and compete with Biz Journal, Comstock, or the bigger national success entrepreneur and Forbes and so forth? I know that I can make more money, but why don't I? Because the little guy needs the voice. The little guy has the struggle. We now have a trillionaire on this planet. Yet we have people that are still trying to figure out how to make their dream a reality. That's why. And you could see it in their eye. You could see it. People don't know what I'm talking about. I know exactly when somebody is ready or when they're not. And it's heartbreaking when I know they're ready and they still are holding themselves back, which is exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. We've met a lot of people that have told us later, if it were not for Together We Heal community, I would not be on this earth. Because they were so deep in their grief.
That's where I was before my dog.
Before what?
My dog.
Oh.
Yeah. It was about 2017 or 2018. I just kept telling my wife, I'm like, every time I got on my Harley, I'm like, well, maybe this is the last ride. Every single time. People don't know this, but when you grow up with this in your head and you grow up with all of this stuff and you can't sleep at night and the demons are just always there, and it's my father that's the driver of this. And so when you deal with this your whole life, I was driving on Auburn Folsom with my wife, and I said, we got to go get a dog. And she goes, why? We got to go get a dog. So she went to the shelter, and she found one that looked exactly like my dog from before we were together. She had only seen pictures. And I went, oh my God, that's literally Jade. And so we went to the shelter, and the shelter said, oh, that dog's gone. And we're like, what do you mean it's gone? Somebody picked it up. We're like, you've got to be kidding me. And then we get a call back, which is very ironic because it's literally how it happened when we got Jade, now that I think about it. And so they called us back and they go, oh, she's not gone. She went on her doggy walk for the day to the park. So she'll be back in about an hour. And so we went back and we waited, and she showed up. And they put us in this little pen, and she was running around. We were throwing toys, and we were like, done, let's do it. And she's been incredible, literally incredible. But my first dog was like that. I told my girlfriend at the time, I was about 19 or 20, and I was like, I want to get a dog. And I saw this little sign that said pit bull puppies for $100. And so I go out to the guy's house, and the guy goes, yeah. I was like, $100. I was like, all I got's 50. Can I bring you 50 tomorrow? And he goes, and I was like, I'll make it 120. I'll give you 60 now, and I'll give you 60 in the morning. And he goes, that's fine. So he calls me the next morning. He goes, you're not going to believe this. He goes, the dog got out last night. I'm thinking, you jerk, you sold the dog to somebody else because And he goes, if I find it, I'll call you. We didn't expect to ever get a call back. And then we get a call like a week later, and the dog was picked up like 4 blocks away. This little 2-week-old runt of a dog had all the way down Bell Avenue, over El Camino, over Marconi, and we found him at the gas station. And so, yeah, it's thinking about it, it's almost the same story. It's kind of funny. All right, so what is it that you're looking for? Why are you here? What are you looking for? What type of people? And how do people get involved with you guys?
I think 2 ways.
Okay. 2 ways with 4 fingers up.
So we're obviously looking for people that could benefit from our events. We do monthly workshops. We have ongoing grief support groups. We have a wellness retreat every single year. That's a whole day retreat. These are resources that people can access regardless of insurance, regardless of how much money they have. When we have, like our wellness retreats it's $97 for a whole day. Includes food, therapists, massage therapist, like massage, mini massages, all day at a wedding venue.
Do you have, do you know Teresa Reich?
Nope.
Okay, I want to get you in contact with her. She's a massage therapist.
Sure. Yeah.
And
we love massage therapists because
yes.
we'll probably need 4 to 5 of them for that entire day.
I'll get you in contact with her. And she needs what you're talking about too. She needs that community.
I will say this. All of the massage therapists that we use have an opportunity to be a part of such a magical day. Yeah. But the people that are there, the reason that we bring in massage therapists is because people do not like to give themselves any sort of self-care when they're grieving. It's like a guilt factor.
It's not even when they're grieving. When we did our rally. So we do our rally twice a year. Now we used to do only once a year. And so we meet over here at the Starbucks and we drive up Latrobe and we go out to Via Toscana Winery. Are you familiar in Amador?
No.
Okay, it's incredible. You know that there's a wine country.
I do know that, but I'm not a huge wine drinker.
I'm not a wine drinker either. I don't drink alcohol, but they have a full restaurant and the energy is incredible because you're surrounded by wine. It feels like you're in Italy. It's incredible. They got the huge fountains and the water.
Well, I'm all for that.
Okay, so we did our wine rally, and there were literally people in tears. There were people in tears that said, "I cannot believe that I have not let myself enjoy a moment like this before. Not only did I not realize that this was here, but I've never done something as such that people are coming together in experiences." There was a moment where we're driving down, I don't even know what road that is, Shenandoah Road, and there's wild horses running alongside the cars. I mean, you can't make that stuff up.
Here's the thing with everybody. Grievers, not non-grievers, we don't notice what we're supposed to notice. We are in this world, head down, gotta work, gotta do this. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've got lists of things I need to do. After this, I need to call Kaiser, whatever. But God has put so many beautiful things in our path to see, to do. If we don't take those opportunities, we're not fully living.
Yes.
So we owe it to ourselves. Yeah.
And whatever God it is that you're talking about. I mean, you can be Christian, you can be Buddha, you can be whatever you want. The point is that you are here in this space. And I firmly believe that we're all given these beautiful talents, and we're only given these talents to make this place just a little bit more beautiful when we're not here.
Absolutely.
That's all it is.
Absolutely. To be of service.
Yeah.
So you said, so I want to attract people who need this or who know someone who needs this. Everybody is experiencing grief in some form. Everybody. So first, acknowledgement is the first step. Like, yeah, I could use that.
Yeah, park the ego, right?
Yeah. And so many of our workshops are free. They're like, come as you are. Okay, so my second set of my number 2 is there are people that are doing good things, that have those gifts and talents that could pour into our organization as serving the community. I'm always looking for executive board members, because we've got to bring in people that know what I don't know. Like, I'm good at doing certain things. I'm not good at everything. My board has to continue to grow so that we can increase our impact and awareness on this community in what we do. We do grief and loss. That's really, really important. And so I am always praying for people that can come in to make Together We Heal community better, stronger.
Let me do this. Let's pull your website up real quick here. It would help to spell it right.
It is a long name.
No, I spelled together wrong.
Oh.
This looks like a Squarespace site.
It is? We are Squarespace.
Yeah, this looks like your template is Bradford.
Actually, that sounds very familiar. I do manage my website. I had someone build it. An amazing woman, Zuza Hicks, built my website.
Oh, Zuza! Zuza's badass!
What? You know Zuza?
Yes, she's so cool.
One
We
of my
just had
favorite-
her.
Yep, one of my favorite people.
Dude, she is badass. I love Zuza. Dude, you need to get her on board here. Seriously. Oh my God. Yeah, Zuza's awesome.
Yeah, so she built my website and I maintain it. And my admin assistant, who's amazing. She's the only paid person on my nonprofit.
Who Zuza is?
No,
Oh, your
my
admin
admin.
is. Yeah.
Her name is Andrea Burford, and she
Don't know who
is,
that is.
like she's like a
So
little
how do you
mini
know
me.
Zuza?
So again, so many amazing things have happened to get Together We Heal community to where it was. I did a cold call back in 2019 to a suicide organization, Friends for Survival. Called them and was wanting to do a collaboration during Suicide Prevention Month. They called me back thinking I need their services. An hour later, I was sent they sent me to Margot Folks, who does On Target Consulting. That changed the trajectory of Together We Heal community. Margot did consulting with me, helped me get the website up by sending me to Zuza, and then helped me get all
Isn't
of
this
my...
so funny how we're all connected?
And not only that, but Friends for Survival, the executive director, sent me to Margot and then gave me a grant to use her.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
you
It's
can't
incredible.
make it up.
No,
All of
And
this
is
was
what I
meant to
talking
happen.
about 2015, 2016. I mean, I had already been in business, almost 20 years. And I look at it, I look at the people that we're connecting with today, and they are leaps and bounds over the people that we were connecting with 10, 11 years ago. It's a very weird thing.
I think the power of networking is tremendous.
I think the mindset has shifted. I think the mindset's different than it was then. I really do.
Yeah.
I think the mindset's different.
When someone messages me, whether via email or text, and says, I need you to meet this person, I always say yes. Because
yes.
I know, first
Yeah.
of all, these people know me. They know me and they know my heart and they know what I can do.
Yeah, but God's putting people in your life for a reason.
Yeah. I never say no.
Never. Yeah. No, seriously. I try to tell these people, but
My favorite line is, let's have coffee.
who is it? Dr. Sherry Seagrave. She says she wants to do cool shit with cool people. Something along those lines. And
I like it.
I love it. Yeah. And she's somebody I need to introduce you to as well. All right. So togetherwehealcommunity.org, Jill Batiansila. Jill Batiansila, 916-202-3188. Anything you want to add before we get out of here?
Just that also our Instagram is stories. Everybody has a story. I share my story and other people's story and how we have impacted them. You can follow along with our flowers, which all summer long we give away flowers. Last summer we gave out over 1,200 jars of flowers. We put them out into the community for people to pick up for free and share with someone in their circle who is experiencing some sort of challenge.
I love flowers. I have flowers all over my house. I have flower pictures, flower paintings, flower on my clothes. I love flowers.
It's a funny everybody
story.
loves flowers. They bring joy, unless you have allergies.
American culture, women are supposed to get flowers. I married into Russian community. In Russian community, men get flowers. And so on my first birthday, in the Russian culture, everyone comes to the birthday party and they all bring me flowers. And I was thinking to myself, like, this is seriously not cool. Like, are you guys pranking me right now? And they were like, no, the men get flowers. Flowers are beautiful. And of course, I'm too immature at this moment to appreciate it. And it was maybe 2 or 3 years later, you start to get used to that repetition, going to all the different parties and then getting flowers. And then you realize when you're having a bad day, if you stop and look at a flower, then you have a much better day.
We bring flowers into coffee shops and other stores in Elk Grove. We have so many men. I have a story of a man who called me after he got flowers, and this is how it went. Yeah, I don't really know what this is, but I was at this coffee shop and I'm really depressed and I've been in my house for 3 months. And today I woke up and I thought, I'm going to call my friends and ask them if they want to meet me for coffee. And we sat down and I was telling them how I haven't left the house in 3 months. And then this woman comes in and she drops down these flowers at the table. And we all looked at each other and we thought, I was meant to get these flowers. And he goes, I don't even know why I'm calling you. But I said, well, do you want to come out and volunteer at the farm? He goes, yeah. Next week he was there. He only came once.
It's all that matters.
But everybody deserves love and care and acknowledgement in their pain. It's so powerful.
That's all it is.
Flowers are so powerful.
Yeah.
And we've been giving away flowers for 10 years. I started it at the farm. My friend who's 80, he's going to be 83 in August. His name is Cliff Wilcox. Legend. He's a legend.
Okay.
One day when I was volunteering out there, I said, can I grow flowers? And he said, sure, kid. I threw a hose down a 300-foot row. I planted seeds by hand myself. I broke my back that summer. I grew flowers and weeds, and I gave them away. And I thought, this feels really good. And it was all because God said, one day he said, hey, grow some flowers. That's it. That's all I heard. And so those flowers have grown from just me to a team of volunteers. We partner with the Sacramento law enforcement chaplains to give flowers to all of the people behind the scenes, all the PDs around Sacramento. There's 17 offices, coroners, 911. And we spread joy. They're called Jars of Joy.
That's incredible.
So if people want to get involved in that, we have a drop-down menu on all of our socials. Volunteer with us.
Yeah.
It's so magical. You're out there. Birds, bees, butterflies, lizards.
I know. Yeah.
It's amazing.
I do love lizards. I don't know why.
They're really cool.
All right. TogetherWeHealCommunity.org. 916-202-3188. I want to thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And of course, I want to thank you guys so much for listening. And of course, shout out to Zuza Hicks and to Crystal Dunn. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.